Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Shayla. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is a glue book for junk journaling, question mark. So I have recently had a lot of little things on my desk. I don't know if this is familiar or sounds familiar to any of y'all. However, I seem, whenever I'm creating and crafting, to hoard little tiny things, which I don't quite have, of course, an example for, but I do have my drawers, which are these right here. Let me see if I can pan y'all. So you can kind of see. I have my drawers right here. Yes, I did change my desk setup just a little bit. And for those drawers, it typically is something that I have over time collected a lot of. Oh, that's not supposed to be in there. That goes in, you go in there. So those are things like I have a lot of. So for example, you know, pretty ladies and people, I'm sure you're wondering about that. I have little, like, see, that's a little girl. That's Dorothy. This one is like a really old kind of Victorian style cutout. I also have, like, this is a, you know, it's a real person in our hearts, but Santa Claus, which I don't know what that was. Okay, that was just a piece of dust. But you know, like, look, there's that lady. So this is where I reach to if I'm looking for like people images. However, if you, sorry, I have a scar right there. If you do not have these, no worries. You don't have to do that. And sometimes my things don't always fit into a category, if you know what I mean. So this is something that you can do. And let me just show you. That's super easy to put together. And it's a good way to store all your little bits and pieces. So I have right here, let me just go like that, a little preview. So I have a binder. This is probably a 2-inch spine, maybe a 1.5-inch spine. And it kind of has a nice, like, old worldly look on it, probably meant for scrapbooking. And a scrapbooking binder would work great just in case you have some larger pieces that you want to add, and I'll show you that. So I just took a binder, fabulous binder. You could get a cheap one too. It doesn't have to be decorative. Binders usually aren't super expensive. And you could even have different binders for, let's say you do have a lot of one thing, like florals. You could have a binder for florals, etc. But what I did is I just put these, it's just cardstock, lightweight cardstock, and you could use whatever paper you want. I wanted a little bit of thickness though, just to hold everything. And let me just pan you down there. Basically what I did is some of these are like vintage-esque chipboard embellishments, and they are sticky on the back. So I actually just stuck them to this and in hopes that they would just kind of come up like that. And they have been sticking pretty well. So pretty proud of that. These embellishments, I want to say, are from Graphic 45. Don't quote me on that though. See how some are kind of falling? That's okay though. I would rather them be less sticky and me being able to peel one off when I need it versus the other, versus them not coming up and I can't use them. So these are chipboard embellishments. Of course, if you do add chipboard embellishments, you are going to have a little bit of some thickness because of the chipboard. So just think about that. Think about the size of your binder, you know, how much room you have to play with, because you might want to just put like your chipboard embellishments in their own separate one. This one though, I do have a lot of room still, so I just kind of started putting things on here. And this is great to have at your desk for whenever you're creating. You're like, wow, I really like this little, you know, for example, this is a little printable. I didn't make it, but someone fabulous did. I think Calico Collage maybe. But this is a little printable piece. It's super small and tiny. Definitely could get lost on my desk, but look at how cute it is. It's like little witches and then the spooky cats and the pumpkin, right? And right now I don't have a use for it because it is past the spooky holiday. But I might want to use this in the future. I think it's really cute to hang on to. And I don't know where it would really fit in my categories that I have up here. So this is a good one where I could stick on here and then use it at a later date. So that's what this is for. It's kind of to help you manage your scrap / miscellaneous little paper pieces that you just think are too cute to get rid of. So you'll see a lot of chipboard embellishments. That's what I started out with because these were on a 12 by 12 like sheet of not cardstock. It was chipboard and these were like punch outs, and I didn't really have a good way of storing those. And if I did store them, they'd probably be on my bookshelf, and I do, you know, when I'm in the throes of crafting, I'm not going to get up and go to that bookshelf, so they wouldn't get used. So this was like a way for me to see what I have, to hopefully use more of what I have, you know, and just keep it fun and interesting. So see, sometimes you will have little things fall off. It's still sticky though, so I'll stick it back on there. Okay, so we finish up with our chipboard stuff. We move into like our more random. I have some random letters here. I have some little cats here. These are like 3D cats. Oh, that one's face came off. Let me just put its face back on. There we go. It's like it never happened. This is like a little felt sticker, or not sticker. It's just an embellishment, but so yeah, that's kind of the idea or concept behind this. Nothing too crazy. You could decorate the pages if you want, but I just kept it simple because I'm really looking for these pieces. So here is kind of where it just, you know, gets a little hodgepodge. I don't have, like I said, too many pages done, but I had some like leftover tags from a 12 by 12 sheet, so I just cut them out and put them on here. I have some different imagery. So this is Wizard of Oz from the Wizard of Oz book. So I have, you know, there's some Toto images, obviously the Tin Man, the lion. These were some images. This is like the house getting sucked up in the tornado. Just things I thought, like, that's a really cool image. I might want to use that later. And then the next page is just a continuation of that. So essentially it is like glue booking in the respect that I'm just choosing images that I'd like to keep and then putting them in a book, right? So not too complicated there. And you know, this is probably more along the lines of like a traditional glue book where you just stick things down. The only thing is that, you know, I stuck this down, but I can peel it off and stick it back. And I'll show you what I use for that. So I'm able to do that, you know, with a piece of paper that's the thickness of a copy paper. So, so these are more Wizard of Oz images. And then I loved this one, this big one. I thought I could either make it into a cover. I don't know. This is definitely like a really big image, but I just thought it would be nice on something. And then we move into what I was working on. So I have these, and they disappeared on me. Oh, they're right here. So I have these. These are Simply Swank heat and moisture resistant images. They're actually meant to use on like soldering, like glass stuff. I don't do that. That's too dangerous for me. Lighting a candle's dangerous for me, y'all. So there's just cardstock, like, you know, like a nice, like heavyweight cardstock. So I thought I could still use these, obviously, for junk journaling purposes. So I have these, and they are double-sided. But I had two of these, so I basically put one side, this side, right here. And then so I need to cut this side out and put it in as well. So there's that. That we'll work on in just a moment. So that's these images right here. And then here's the empty blank page. The glue that I'm using is a tape runner glue. It's ad tech. There's other brands. It doesn't really matter. What's important is you want to see the word removable. That just basically guarantees that when you stick something down with it on it, you're going to be able to get it back up again. So I just got one of these from, I think it was Michael's, and it was like $3. So not too bad for one of them, and it'll get you a long way. I don't like heavily tape it either. I just kind of do little, you know, notches of tape, and that seems to work just fine. So we can just take some things and put it on here. Like I said, I do have these little like snippet type things, so we're just gonna probably see a lot of Halloween here, but that's fine. So then I'm just gonna, and I'm trying to maximize my space. I obviously don't want it to look too cluttered, but at the same time, you know. And then I'm just doing like, see, just like a little tiny, if you can see that, a little tiny zhuzh of glue, and then put that down. Ooh, I have this cat. Look at that cat. I actually fussy cutted that, and that was hard. I realize I don't really like fussy cutting things. So my dreams of doing that went out the window. Or, you know, getting those fancy printables where you fussy cut some like beautiful flowers and stuff. That's great and everything. And kudos to you if you have that patience, but I just don't. I'm an impatient crafter. Is anyone else like that, or is it just me? Let me know. So all I'm doing is I'm just kind of, you know, putting them on there in no rhyme or reason or form. I will say I try to not put anything along this side, because this side, the paper tends to be bent a little bit when you're flipping it. So just to avoid things accidentally popping off, I try to just leave like this little strip, I guess. So yeah, that's it. You just do that and put it on there. And this is great, like, if you're, you know, looking for some imagery, you know, if you're making, like, a decorated tag or something, and you're like, I really need, you know, just a certain size piece. It doesn't matter what it looks like. These are great, you know, and you could even make, you could get super organized with it and make a binder that has, you know, just, like, small images, like tic-tac images, and then a binder that has, I don't know, like medium to large size images. Or like I said, you can do it by subject too, like florals or animals, or, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you have a lot of like seashore, seashell type things. You could do one of those. So really, you can make it as organized as you want. But it's just a nice little catch-all. And I just put those down, so look, I'm just gonna lift it up here with my nail, and it just peels off like that. And it's still sticky, so I can just put it back on there. But again, you just want to make sure it says removable. I don't know about like double-sided tape or anything. So you will have to test that at your own will. But it's you know, it's like one of those mindless things that's not terrible to do. But anyways, well, the holidays are coming up, y'all. I hope y'all have had a great year so far. I feel like this year just kind of flew by. I'm sure many would agree. I think, maybe, I don't know. But for me, it does feel like it flew by. And I did actually, my husband and I just re-signed our lease. We live in an apartment, so I'm sure you've heard me say that before. But so I'm really excited to not have to move during the holidays. I don't know if y'all have done that, but it's awful. And I don't wish it upon anybody. Okay, so there are things on my desk. A lot of them are like, these are envelopes. Don't ask me why. I say that like it's a big secret. I was just, I was in the process of cleaning my room yet again. So I stumbled upon a bunch of like greeting cards that had a lot of envelopes attached to them, and usually I like to separate those. Ooh, look at that one. That one's cute. So I separated them and kind of went through my greeting card stash. Oh, that's a pretty one. Kindly delivered to. I love the blue. I guess I'm into blue lately, but yes, now I have a little pile of envelopes that I need to do something with. Which, to be fair, I have a whole drawer of envelopes, so I need to go through my envelopes drawer. It's kind of like a never-ending spiral, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know about y'all, but it's like I'll start doing something in my craft room, whether it's cleaning or, you know, looking for something to craft with, like a certain material, and then I stumble upon this magical little pile of what's called, Shayla was in a hurry and she just shoved things in places. And so, you know, because out of sight, out of mind, right? Like, it's hard for me to clean if my craft room is dirty, which is a lot of the time. And I just feel like it needs to, you know, everything needs to have its place. And I feel like that's gotten worse as I've gotten older, truth be told. So maybe by the time I'm 50, my house will just be spotless. Which would be fine with me. Or I'll just have a really good cleaning person. But anyways, so yes, I stumbled upon, you know, some greeting cards. And I was like, ooh, these are cute. And I was like, but wait, the envelopes are attached. So then I had to go through that. And then, you know, then I was like, okay, I went to put away my cards. And I was like, wow, I have so many cards. Let me go through them and see which ones I don't need. And then now I have this pile of envelopes on my desk, which, if I have a pile of envelopes on my desk, you know, now I have to go to my envelope drawer, which I know is overflowing. So now I have to go through all my envelopes. So there you go. It's never ending, right? The crafting, the creating, and the organizing. But I just wanted to pop on. I know this was a super quick video. It was mostly me talking. Let's be honest. I missed y'all. But I will have another haul video out, either the following day or I'll skip a day depending on how I'm feeling. I do have a good haul. It's not incredibly huge because I'm trying to keep my videos down to 30 minutes or less for y'all. But it's a good one, I think. I haven't done a haul in a minute. And I have acquired some new things, as we do, us crafters. If you're not following me on Whatnot, please follow me on Whatnot. I will leave a link below. If I do refer you, I might get a little extra monies to spend on Whatnot, and you will too. So it's a win-win. But yeah, come check me out. Check out my shows. I do live shows there where I sell my handmade creations. And then also, you know, if you're not following me, why not? My heart is broken. That's okay. You can redeem yourself by giving me a subscribe and liking this video. And I hope to, for the holidays, have a little holiday giveaway. So stay tuned for that. That will be in a future video, probably closer to December. But again, be crafty, stay crafty, organize your crafts. How are we going to use it if we don't organize it, right? Well, until the next one, thanks so much, guys. See you later. Stay crafty always. Bye.